Welcome to another episode of Relatable. Why you laugh?
Nothing. That's a loud clap.
Relatable Relations. I am Allanah Renee.
And they call me Quan.
Ooh.
You.
Your baby mom. You wish I was your baby mom.
Bro.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right. And today we got on our all black because this is
Can't talk.
This episode is a tribute, a celebration of life, okay, to the one, the only, the best, the baddest, my grandfather, Melvin Jackson.
The most player of them all.
Player to player. So I know it looks all backwards, but recently I lost my grandfather, about a week ago. Now, today, recording wise, it's been a week. And so we're going to talk about grieving and just like how we feel and how does that work for you? How does that look for people? How does that look inside of different people? And honestly, guys, this is my therapy session. So we're going to work through and talk through some things and some emotions, okay?
Because it's still so fresh.
It's still so fresh. So I want to start off because, everybody been asking me, how are you? How are you? How are you? We've been together for 12 years since we were children. So this is just as much as your papa as it is my papa.
Facts.
So how do you feel? Check in.
Although it was kind of like everything was kind of like stretched out, I'm still in like awe.
Yeah, me too.
Like
me too.
Cause bro, he was 89.
Yeah.
But I really felt like he had like so much more like life
to give.
At least 95, somewhere up in there. So it's tough. It's hard because he treated me like I was like he raised me.
Yeah,
kind of did a little bit, but like
he would call your phone before anybody else's phone to help and do stuff. So. Well, you know how I feel. My papa was
your person.
That was my person on earth, I feel. Like, he was the person who gave me peace. He was my voice of reason. The way that I feel like I grew up and everybody always called me spoiled. And it started there, And so, like, when I have my kids, I'm going to treat them, so they're going to be spoiled too. Like, it's inevitable. And my hopes and dreams is that they go off and they get married to someone who keep that going. And I feel like you're the person that keeps it going. So, like, y'all spirits are intertwined in that way of like being my peace and being my solidarity. And so I was telling you the other day, it's like having two pieces to a heart and like one piece of my heart is gone. And I was like, that's big pressure on you to have to fill up both pieces now. Do you feel that way or?
Of course. Okay. I'm gonna put it to you like this. Yeah, it's pressure, but I think it's pressure that I actually wanna take on in a sense, because that was a good man, bro. Like, although he'll spoil you, but at the same time, the way he disciplines is like, it'll make you not want to disappoint him. So that, I think that's kind of what I be doing, like with our nieces and nephews and stuff. Like, I don't have to yell. I ain't never heard that man raise his voice.
Never.
Ever.
Never.
I ain't never heard that man raise his voice. I raise my voice. My nerves bad. But I be trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just tell you what can happen, what may, like, the possibilities. And if it does happen and you didn't take heed to what I said, that's on you. Don't call me.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Like, everybody know I don't play by my papa. I don't play by my papa. I don't play by my papa. I don't play by my daddy. And I don't play by my husband. Those are the three leading men in my life. Like, I just don't. But I give so much to my grandfather. And that's why, like, it's hard. It's so hard. It's not easy. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm doing really well, to be honest. Given the relationship that we had and given everything that he poured into me. But I can only be grateful and I can only be celebratory of his life and the time that I got to spend with him, because my papa was 60 when I was born. You know what I'm saying? And most people don't make it to 60, let alone 89. Thanks. So I'm very grateful. And he beat 3 different types of cancers.
That is crazy.
Other illnesses, like, and cancer did not take him out. So like he beat it in a long shot. You know what I'm saying? Other situations came about, but like
the last time he had cancer was,
we was together.
It was 20...
like 14, 15?
16, yeah.
We were together. They were at the other house.
Yeah, it was around like 15, 16. Dang. Well, that's
he beat that.
That's when he beat it.
Yeah, he beat that real quick. That wasn't even a thing. And that was his 3rd time having cancer. So this man has lived a remarkable life. He's traveled to all 50 states. You know, like he always told me, I want to go to Puerto Rico, I want to go to Puerto Rico, I want to go to Puerto Rico. And so when we went in 2020, I'm just sending him all these pictures and stuff like, look, Papa, we're going to go. You know, like we'll go soon or whatever. But he always talked about going to Puerto Rico. And so there's one place in the United States that he didn't get to travel to. But I'm glad that I got to see it for him and take pictures back and like experience that for him. Yeah, so... rest in peace to the greatest man I've ever seen walk this earth. Like, he's just different. He's different. There's no one like him. He was a big deal to our family. He was the oldest living person in our family. So this is a big hit on everyone. My great grandmother, his mom had him at 14. So they grew up together. You know, so it's like he was everybody's like father figure. Everybody's like, you know, yeah. This is just a therapy session. I just get to brag about my papa a little bit. Also, my favorite memory, I know how to tie a tie. Because every night, my papa, he worked at like a funeral home. He had a lot of different jobs, but he wore a suit every day. And especially on Saturday nights, like before church on Sundays, he would call me into the bedroom and he would get a tie and he'll tie it around my neck. But as he's tying it, he's telling me what to do. And then he'll undo it and then he'll tell me to do it. So now I know how to tie a tie. And I think that's the coolest thing because it's like, I taught you how to tie a tie because of that. And my papa, I had the cutest video of him and I cried for like 4 days because I couldn't find the video. But it was my papa showing him how to tie a tie. Like the cutest video in the world, but I don't know where it's at. Hurt my feelings.
Well, I'm a brag on you for a minute because like I told you before, like you have taken this whole thing like better than I expected you to. Of course, you're gonna have your moments. That's a given. Like when a loved one that you just cherish so much like passes on, it take a toll on you. But the way in which you've handled it, like to this point, is like remarkable.
Thank you. I appreciate that. In addition to, I ain't gonna say that. But my mental fortitude has gotten so much stronger because this year I kind of feel like it's a test, but I kind of feel like it's just life at the same time. So it's like I want to say it's a test and I want to say that I'm passing, but I also just want to think that this is just a part of life. And I have been strengthening my relationship with Christ like so hard since January because I've had a relationship with God all my life. Like, you know, I know who he is as far as like that goes. I know genealogy, like you're the Father, you're the Son, you're the Holy Spirit. I get that. But like to have that relationship and to incorporate the Holy Spirit into your daily life, like that's different. You know what I'm saying? It's different to do that. So I've been really, really just like allowing God to take control over my life because I was a control freak. And so what I've been doing with that is learning how to put my eggs or put my hands in things that I can only control and allowing God to control things that I absolutely cannot. And also, it's one thing to say I'm gonna let God control it and let him like do what he needs to do. But to actually have faith and turn around and say, and I'm not gonna look over his shoulder and micromanage him and try to like be that person to say, well, but what now? But what now? But what now? Like to have active faith. Ooh, this is gonna be the little excerpt part. Hold on. To have active faith is my favorite scripture is Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. I can't see the works that God is doing. I literally have to turn around and trust that, me being a control freak, I can't micromanage. I have to trust that God got it going on, like he got all this stuff handled. And I have to just trust and continue to just do and live my life. And that this back here that's so like big on my life is being handled. You know what I'm saying? Like any person nowadays would be like, but let me just see what's, like, give me a hint, throw me a something, to see. But to have to actually just like put my trust in God, it's like, it's tough, but it's needed.
It is, because that could be going on back there, but life does not stop. Like, time waits for no man. You still got a purpose to fulfill. He did that.
Yeah, he did that. He hit that. Like,
he did that.
He hit that.
So
he did his life real good.
You still, like, your work isn't done yet. God is still moving and working within you. So you can't stop.
I can't.
And if you do,
he would hate me too.
Exactly.
Hate for me too. I mean,
exactly. And if you do, you letting the enemy win, bro. Like,
yeah.
It's just simple as that.
It's just, I'm the baby out of 13 grandkids. It's me. I'm at the very bottom. Like, there's what is our age difference? He turned 51 this year. I'll be 29. Oh, y'all judging us for doing this, man. I know, but I can't think straight right now. I'm doing my best with this episode. Is that 29?
What?
Our age difference.
What was the age?
If he's 51 this year, I'm going to be 29 this year.
Who, your daddy?
Oh, shit. My cousin.
Oh, 50.
22? 51 minus 29?
Yeah, 22.
Cut that part out now, I'm playing. Add the Jeopardy music when we thinking. But there's a 22-year difference between me and my oldest, the oldest grandchild. And yeah, like, his kid's older than me. And so just being the baby of, like, the baby of the baby, you know what I'm saying? Like, just being spoiled rotten by absolutely everybody. And then going to my papa and telling on all of them and, like, winning. It's hard because I ain't got my ally on my team no more, but it's cool. It's cool. No, he's doing bigger and better things right now on the right hand of God.
Oh, he's still gonna be here.
Yeah, he's here for sure.
He's still gonna be here.
So we're getting ready for services and all of that. I got a real random question that has to do with this. So, we've had, this is not just this is the biggest that's happened this year, but transparently, we've lost 6 people in the last 2 months. And this is the most insane part of my life. Like, this is why this has been really hard this year, because we've lost 6 people, known of 8, but we've lost 6 personal, close to us people this year. So, how do you think, what's the best way that you're handling, everything that's going on?
You just gotta like think unselfishly, because for one, they're not ours.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yes. Say that again.
Yeah, they're not ours.
We think we own people.
Yeah, that's God's children. We're all God's children. So who are we to want to keep them here on earth when paradise awaits? So
it's selfish to keep somebody here.
Yeah, especially
because earth is ghetto.
Especially if they were going through it. You know what I'm saying? While they were here.
Yeah.
Like, why not? Shit, I'm gonna celebrate.
Yeah.
Like, shit.
No more hurt, no more pain.
None of it. Like, I'm gonna celebrate. Like, you made it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Podcast. Yeah, I agree. I think that the way that I'm handling everything, at first I feel like the world was falling down. I didn't know how to like maneuver through it all, because the first, like, my grandfather's was unexpected, but the first 4 Shoot, all of them except my papa's, to be honest. Everybody's was unexpected. Everybody was very unexpected. So it was hard to, because even your uncle, we didn't know he was sick. We found out a week before he passed away that he was sick. We all went over there, had a big family thing, and he passed away the next 2 weeks after that. So it's just been really hard to navigate, but it has helped me to get closer to Christ for one, and then to strengthen my mental, because like you said, we learned that people are literally not on earth for us, and they got to get back. God needs his strongest soldiers. So yeah, I have another random question. I always got the questions. It's always me. How young is too young to go to a funeral? Is that a such thing? Oof. Because my baby can't go to funerals right now. She 8.
I don't know. That's really up to. I don't know. I can't say.
I want you to chime in too. Are we talking to you today too? I said, how young is too young to go to a funeral? Do you believe that there is a such thing as like an age restriction?
Nah, I don't think it's age restriction for funerals. I mean, just like it's just like church.
Yeah.
Like, can somebody like behave in church, or it's more of a behavior thing than it's like age. If they can't behave in certain situations, like you can't take them to them. But I mean, I believe that you should like find a babysitter if you can. But if you have to bring them with you, it's just like just make sure they behave properly.
Yeah. I don't know if it's necessarily a behavior thing. I don't know if they would understand truly what's going on. But I guess that starts at home as far as like explaining like the next parts of life. But
it's the same thing with like church too, though. Like, do they know what's going on in church? But you take them to church.
Yeah.
Eventually, like you learn to know what's going on.
And some catch on quicker than others, because even as adults, some people mental capacity ain't the same. A lot of people mental capacity not the same. So it could either be a traumatic experience or it could be a learning experience. So you never know. They may know what's going on because of what they've been brought up to see or learn, and they may know what's going on. They may know how to maneuver within the situation, or they just don't. They may be in shock when they see whatever is going on, or they may just be in like just not understanding like why they in there.
It's a conversation, I guess, to be had, that if you don't include them in, they'll feel like you need to, like they're being, I want to say neglected, but like they're if they have those conversations, I always say if you old enough to ask a question, you're old enough to get the answer. Like there's a way to answer it, of course, but yeah, there's a respect thing there. What was I finna say about? I just lost my whole train of thought. Whoa. I just lost my whole train of thought about I guess kids at funerals. Oh, for me. So like you said, the mental capacity thing is different for different people. So I would say that my mental capacity was weak until last year when I lost my aunt, because I lost friends. I lost, but as far as family goes, my whole family dynamic, from the people that my grandmother and my grandfather birthed, we haven't lost anybody. And I'm knocking on wood. I hope that's real. We hadn't lost anybody up until last year when I lost my aunt. So that was like, that shaked me, that rocked my soul, because it's like, wow, I lost people, I lost friends, but that was the first funeral I went to. And like the younger you are, then the more you're able to get used to things like that. I hadn't been to a funeral since 2003. And so 2023, 20 years later, was my next funeral. You get what I'm saying? So I do think that maybe that's something that could be introduced, even though I understood the concept, like to go to a funeral and to live through it and to see somebody getting put in the ground, like all of that is like something that you need to build someone up on, because that took me a long time to just get over. And then boom, I have this where I got to go to this service next week. And yeah, like,
you don't know how you going.
I don't know how I'm gonna navigate in that moment. Like, I didn't think I was gonna do good with this situation, but here we are.
It's gonna be because I've been to plenty. So, and I don't know. Of course, you're gonna have your moment of sadness, but afterwards, when you see everybody, like the family and everybody just fellowshipping, laughing, eating, playing cards, playing domino, like it's gonna bring you some sort of like peace, and then you get to talking about the good memories, and yeah, it gets better, honestly.
So what big death rocked you?
Ooh, it was a few. I ain't gonna lie.
Do you feel comfortable talking about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
My granny's rocked me as a child. That was what, 03?
Yeah.
That one was a big one. That's my
granny died.
my daddy mama.
Yeah, my papa died in 2003.
December. My godmom. That one was cause I was supposed to be at her house that weekend. And that happened. I got that call in the middle of the night, and I just heard my little brother in the back. Just that one was crazy. What's another one?
Thank you.
Ooh.
But those was 3 back to back. You had 3 family members pass in less than a year.
Yeah, my auntie.
Big family.
My auntie, that was a big one. Both her sister too.
That's what I said.
Kathy and Joyce, them like, cause
the Joyce Rogers.
She planned her whole funeral. That's the crazy part. That's
what invited
people,
y'all.
That's
Ain't
what people
crazy?
Don't know. She planned her.
I can see myself doing that.
She planned her whole funeral while she was in hospice, but told all the speakers and the performers that they were coming to a conference, like a women's conference. But whole time they coming to her funeral, and this person is hosting her funeral. And that was like just beyond me. I was like, what?
She was a great woman, an amazing woman, known around the world.
It was huge.
To have you call into the bank and then you said your last name and that man told you, I'm so sorry for your loss. And it's like, God, dog, your auntie was big. Yeah. Like, she didn't play with them Louboutin heels, baby. She was shot up and down a church, up and down a pew, okay?
The Joyce Rogers.
The Joyce Rogers. She'll tear a pulpit up. Do you hear me?
And she was so humble, like being who she was and the woman of her stature. She was so humble. She really didn't like all the hoopla. She knew who she was. She knew the effect she had on people. Like, they was telling stories about her, telling like stories about how she'll come and literally just sit in the back of church so nobody made a big deal, so she can hear the word. Like, and then she'll text that person and be like, hey, the words you told today moved me. Like, and they'll be like, I didn't even know you was there.
That's
yeah.
beautiful.
And she be like, yeah, I was in the back.
She was the Cat Williams of gospel. You had to have watched the Cat Williams documentary to understand that. Like, because Cat Williams is in the back of comedy shows and not make. Yeah. Okay. So let's go before we go to the next part. Let's just leave on some positive notes. Mm-hmm. What are the best ways that you think helped you to cope through your grieving times?
Really just think about all the good. Honestly.
Yeah. Living in the memories.
Yep. Remember them for how they were and not the state that they were in before they left.
I feel that. So actively, what I'm learning, because I've had to figure out, because like I said, I'm not used to having to cope. Last year, 100% unhealthy ways. I didn't do nothing right. I'm the type, I repressed everything because I like to just keep going. Like, my thing is just keep working, just keep going. This year, I actually took some time apart. I got a hotel room for 2 days. Alone. I just had my own alone time. Mm-hmm. I'm actually fresh out the hotel, so this is why my mind is a little bit clear. I had some alone time to just reflect. I cried if I needed to. I journaled. I wrote down stuff. I got things out. I laughed. I did everything that I needed to do to just feel, because I never felt. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never really was good with just like feeling. Mm-hmm. So I'm just allowing myself to feel every emotion that I do have and being okay with that. not having to put on a face. Like right now, I'm happy to say I'm not put on a face. I'm genuinely happy right now. And yeah.
I think another thing is like prayer definitely works. And you gotta be real specific with your words when you praying. A lot of people always pray for strength. And in my opinion, this is just me. I stopped praying for strength and started praying for endurance. Because if you always gotta be strong, like that's gonna take a whole nother toll on you, and it may tear you down, because it's like you asking to always be strong. God gonna keep putting you through situations where you just have to be strong all the time, versus having endurance. You'll be able to get through those things and navigate how you need to, like, because you're gonna have those moments of weakness, you're gonna have those moments of sadness, but if you have the spiritual, physical, and mental endurance, you'll be able to get through anything. Like, you ain't gotta be strong. You just endure.
That's the word, Brother Timmons. I know that's right. I know that's right. Come on, endurance. I like that.
Thank you.
That's in the jar. Oh, in the jar. My voice is gone.
Because you think you're Ronald Isley. That's what it is.
I love Ronald Isley. That man is getting better with time, honey.
Ooh, ah. All right, let's see.
His wife like 40 something. You know that?
Yeah, she a child.
Oh.
All right, let's see what we got first. Ooh.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That was a tough I'm sorry.
Do you ever think about losing your partner?
Oh.
It's definitely come across, because things happen, and anything can happen on any given day at any given time. And I still don't know what I would do. Like, I still don't. Like, that is probably one of the toughest things.
Yeah, that'll be the worst thing of my life.
That I've ever had to think about, because we literally grew up together, like 15 and 16. Like, we done went through any and everything together except infidelity.
Come on. And I love that you always put that out there, because that is not a part of it. That should not be a part of your journey, guys.
Yeah, it's not. Cheating should never be a part of your journey. Well, I ain't gonna say it should never be a part of your journey, because shit happened, but that's not a requirement to prove that
you're in love.
Yeah.
Okay,
like, but yeah, we done been through any and everything except infidelity. Like, we done been through the financial shit, the mental shit. Like, we done been through so much, and built a bond that literally cannot be broken. And for something like that, I literally do not know.
I don't know. I think about it. Every time you leave, I'm like, Lord, just protect him. I pray so hard.
But I had a praying grandmother.
No, you got a praying wife, honey. Because when I say you step out that door and I'm like, Lord, protect him. You go to work, I'm like, Lord, watch over him. Lord, cover him with your blood, Jesus. I declare and decree. I just be like, boy, I be wanting to pray. I be wanting to rub that oil on your head when you sleep. Like, let him sleep well. Let him just get a good night rest and wake up to me in the morning. Like, I think about it often.
And I receive it all.
Yes, I don't know. You seen the Notebook where they both died at the end together as a team? Twin. No, I'm sorry. We can't say that on the internet. Twin. Twin.
That's in deep.
You said that sin is deep?
I said that's in deep.
What's in deep?
Nothing. What you?
All right. Give a shout out to someone in heaven. I want to give a shout out to Mo. I love you. You were such a strong woman. My papa, of course, my right hand man, my bestie, my auntie who passed away. I know you up there doing a runway show, honey, giving it to the girls. Who else? This is my top 3 right now.
Man, it's a list.
My baby prom, my nephew. I love you so much.
It's a list, bro. Shout out to all the loved ones that we have lost.
Yeah, literally everybody. I don't want to put a name on it.
Yeah, all of them. Now we're gonna get to some questions that may be a little off topic. We finna go to the Q&A with Q&A, and that's questions and answers with Quan and Allanah.
All right, and if you ever want to submit a question, you're able to DM the question to our page at Once Upon a Timmons. You can also submit a question anonymously through the link in our bio via Instagram.
All right, so boom. This isn't anonymous. We gon' shout out to Symphony Carr. Miss Carr, Mrs.
Period.
Carr. Shout out to Symphony and Percy, man. So she asked, what advice do you have for young married couples?
What if she wanted to be anonymous though?
She didn't want to be anonymous because she DM'd it.
Okay. Anyways, my advice to young married couples is, as the world transitions and as the world puts more of their business out on the forefront and out on the, out in the streets, allow some things to remain private, allow your marriage to remain sacred, and, don't feel obligated to put your business out there for everybody. And when I say put your business out there, I don't mean like content creating. You know what I'm saying? Like content creating, lifestyle creating, cool. But like your personal information, your personal business, keep that. Keep some things private. Keep some things between you and your husband or you and your wife.
Do what works for y'all.
That's our favorite disclaimer.
That's the advice that I have for anybody married, dating, engaged. Do what works for y'all, because society, social media, they have ruined us. They have ruined the younger generation. They ruined the older generation because people are trying to keep up with something that don't even work for them. Like, they try to keep up with stuff they see on movies, Instagram. For one, it be fake. It don't even be real. Like, and you ain't even living that type of life that they living. So how can you operate how they're operating? Do what works for you. Somebody might not agree with it, but it's not them. It's not their relationship. It don't work for them, but it worked for y'all. As long as both parties are happy with what's going on, then y'all good.
Period up.
Your partner lost a loved one.
Mm-hmm.
Your partner expects you to be there for emotional support, but you're not good in that scenario. You and your partner kind of like get into it. How would you resolve that situation?
You have to, if you're not good at it and you don't know where to start, ask.
We the same person. I looked
it.
at you because I knew you was gonna answer the exact same way I would.
You need to ask. If you don't know where to start, ask. Because when somebody is in a vulnerable state, they're going to tell you exactly what they need.
That's not always true.
It's not.
Because sometimes you don't know what they need. Sometimes, like, I'm just going to speak on me. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I don't know what I need in that moment, but I feel like as my partner, you know me. Mm-hmm. So you know that you may not know what I need to feel better when I've lost someone, but you know what makes me happy when I'm sad. You know what calms me down when I'm frustrated. You know how to stop me from being anxious when I'm overwhelmed. So just revert back to old ways of showing like how you've done things in the past as far as like gotten them or helped them out of situations and use that into a current situation.
Revert to their happy place. Revert to their love language.
Yeah.
Take the love language test. Take it every year if you got to.
Who's over that? We should be sponsored because I feel like we mention that every time. Matter of fact, I'm gonna find out and I'm gonna tag them. We need to be sponsored for the love language test.
Yeah, take it every year.
Our love language test. Said fuck it, we go drop our
nah, for real. But nah, cater to their love language and take it every year if you got to, because things change. Things change, circumstances change, people have money issues, people have kids. Shit just changed. So just stay up to date on your partner's wants and needs so y'all don't have no friction.
All right. You seen that out of the box? All right, y'all. Now, hold on. Okay. I had to do it again. That was out of the box. Okay, just okay. All right, y'all. So that concludes our episode of Relatable Relations today. We hope that you enjoyed hanging with us because we enjoyed hanging with you. Be sure to follow all of our pages that are floating around at the bottom. Tune in next time, and don't forget to tell your mama and them, tell your cousin them, send it to somebody, and let them know to watch it with y'all. This is a family show sometimes. Just listen with caution. Yeah. But sometimes it can be a family show. So
yeah. When it's not, we're gonna tell y'all to lock the door or something.
That's not true because we don't be knowing sometimes, but we'll see. All right, tune in in hopes that you can watch with your family.
Yeah, appreciate y'all for coming to our therapy session.
Bye.
You gone.